Do the numbers just speak for themselves, or is there some kind of other motive for the filing at this time, Joey?
No correlation at all, Mike. You kidding? I'm being sarcastic, obviously.
100 million each fight.
I would think close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a mother. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry.
What Floyd writes on his Instagram: believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country.
Floyd Mayweather, who once claimed to have made over $1,200 million, serious money problems in his career, is now reportedly facing serious money problems, according to new CNN reports. Even though he used to show off his private jets, big houses, and expensive watches, people close to him say his careless spending, failed businesses, and growing legal costs have caused big financial trouble. Some sources say he's quietly selling his things to pay off debts, and others believe he might soon file for bankruptcy.
Everything ends up this way. Well, everything does end up this way because people are surrounded by other people who make 10%, 20%, 5% on what the other guy brings home. So people are incentivized to push people to keep scaling and keep going and all eat when you eat. But I think it's very important for people to stand up and say, you know what? I don't think this thing needs to be that big. I don't think the valuation needs to get here.
Floyd Mayweather was once one of the richest athletes in the world, earning over $1,200 million, 0 cents, from fights, endorsements, and public appearances. But instead of saving or investing wisely, he spent money as if it would never run out. He bought gold-plated jets, collections of supercars, and lived a life full of luxury. His focus on showing off his wealth and being the flashiest figure in sports took over any careful money planning. Now, the same lifestyle that made him famous is bringing him close to financial collapse.
He's up there, bro. He's probably got to be at least 400 million. I mean, some of the purses from his fights are like 100 million each fight.
I would think
shit.
close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry. Have you seen like videos of his jewelry?
Yeah, some crazy. Let me see. Let me see what his net worth is. Mayweather net worth.
Them Googles be lying though. Huh?
They be lying. You think?
I think so. It's probably not accurate. I mean,
let's see what they say. Exactly what you said. It says an estimated $450 million.
Yeah.
Richest boxer in the world. It's a lot of money.
Floyd Mayweather made headlines not just for never losing a fight, but also for the huge amounts of money he earned. His fight with Manny Pacquiao reportedly brought in over $250 million, 0 cents. And his match with Conor McGregor earned him a similar amount. He was often called the highest paid athlete in the world. But instead of using that money to build long-term wealth, he spent it on a flashy lifestyle. Big parties, flying his entourage on private jets, and gambling millions became a regular part of his life. Floyd Mayweather's money problems aren't just because of his spending habits. He has also been involved in several legal issues linked to risky business moves. In 2022, he was part of a class action lawsuit over a crypto project that many believed was a scam, though the case was later dropped. It still showed how quickly he jumps into trendy deals without checking things properly. Then, in 2024, he faced another lawsuit, this time for reportedly telling his bodyguard to attack someone, with the victim asking for over $3 million, 0 cents. These legal troubles show a pattern of risky and careless financial choices.
How do you explain all that? How did that happen in your life?
Well, things happen. I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, in my children's life.
Joe Rogan, known for speaking his mind, criticized Floyd Mayweather for not taking his tax responsibilities seriously. Rogan said that no matter how rich someone is, ignoring taxes can lead to big problems with the IRS, and he's right. Many wealthy people have faced serious trouble for the same reason. He also suggested that Floyd's flashy lifestyle might be covering up deeper money problems. According to Rogan, Floyd is following a pattern that has brought down others before. Mike Tyson made hundreds of millions during his boxing career, but ended up going bankrupt after spending carelessly for years. He bought things like tigers, mansions, and even a gold bathtub. Now, it looks like Floyd Mayweather is making the same mistakes. Like Tyson, Floyd shows off his cars, jewelry, and houses, but behind the scenes, his money situation doesn't seem strong.
It's your main man, Made Man, back at it again, and y'all know how I get down over here. We talking boxing. Now, I am fresh off watching episode 1 of the All Access of the upcoming fight between Floyd Money Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. Now, a lot of people may have gotten a lot of things from watching that episode. You know, it was real flamboyant. We seen Floyd Mayweather tossing his money around as always, talking about the Miss Jackson situation. We seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with a emotion of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada, 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 it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality, you know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. They're something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement or after the game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching this sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt. And I understand the argument for those who may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact remains,
Floyd Mayweather has often talked about smart money moves, like buying property at a low price and selling it high. But his actions don't always match his words. There's no doubt he was a genius in the boxing ring. His defense, timing, and fight skills made him one of the best ever, and he retired without a single loss, which is very rare. But being great at sports doesn't always mean someone is smart with money. The discipline and focus he showed in boxing seem very different from the risky and careless choices he makes outside the ring.
People hate consistency when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
yes,
he became the villain.
Yes.
And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose.
Right.
That's it. Yes. He became the villain.
Even Floyd Mayweather's own uncle, Jeff Mayweather, has spoken out about his money choices. In an honest interview, Jeff said he no longer understands Floyd's strange behavior, especially when it comes to his confusing investment decisions. Floyd seems to jump into business deals without thinking them through, often led by ego instead of smart planning. His big claims about real estate have also made experts worry, since that market can be very risky.
I have no idea. I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily see Floyd very much, so we don't really get a chance to talk very much, and so I don't really know what's going on. I know he's doing things that, you know, to better his life, like, you know, buying homes and buying, you know, different things. And so, I mean, I don't know exactly what he's doing. So, I mean, I haven't seen him in quite some time. And I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know, but I haven't heard anything.
I know the KSI's team would be happy to make their fight with him.
Floyd Mayweather's issues with the IRS are a serious warning sign. In the past, federal officials reportedly told him to sell some of his properties and pay off his tax debt, but he didn't listen. Ignoring that kind of advice can lead to big trouble. When the IRS starts taking someone's assets, it shows that things are really out of control. Floyd's choice to delay dealing with his tax problems only made everything worse.
I'm at least back reporting. You guys all seen the headline saying Mayweather needs money, Mayweather has problems, Mayweather needs Conor McGregor. Well, the truth couldn't be further. Let me tell you, Floyd Mayweather just posted this on his Instagram, and I know it's true because anyone who was around Floyd Mayweather back after the Pacquiao fight in 2015 saw Mayweather with the $26 million paycheck for the IRS. And this is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country. While everyone is counting my money and assuming the worst, these are the facts. Uncle Sam received $26 million from me in 2015. What else could they possibly want? I'm sure I would have been notified much sooner if there were any real discrepancies, right? Bottom line, everybody just wants to be part of the Money May show, including the IRS. That's fine. You can crunch numbers all day, but in the end, my empire is rock solid and intact. Now calculate that. Hashtag TMT, hashtag Floyd Mayweather, hashtag TBE.
Floyd Mayweather later responded to the tax rumors by saying he had paid $26 million, 0 cents, to the IRS. But instead of clearing things up, it made people ask more questions. Was that the total amount he owed? Did he wait too long to pay it? The timing felt more like an attempt to protect his image than to be open and honest. Some critics believe the payment was mainly to stop people from talking about his financial problems.
By showing on Instagram $26 million, a payment he made to the IRS. By the way, nothing makes your tax payment look shadier than when you're just holding up cash.
Right.
That's not a good look for the IRS. But he showed his actual, $26 million.
They just pay him. Like, I don't know why, like, he's mad at the media. It's like, oh, you guys are making things up. No, it's leaked that you asked to pay after this fight. Like, you make all this money. If I was Mayweather, not only would I pay them on time, the IRS, I'd tip them. I'd be like, hey, here's what I owe you. Here's a little bit. Get your woman something nice, all right? How was Christmas for your kids? Oh, you're Jewish? Convert just for this Christmas. Here, take care.
Despite facing many lawsuits and money problems, Floyd Mayweather recently said he invested $42 million, 0 cents of his own money, to buy 62 buildings in Manhattan. He also said no outside partners helped with the deal, but many people doubt if this is true, because the timing and size of the purchase seemed too big, especially with his other financial troubles.
$2 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion.
Instead of making people trust him more, Floyd Mayweather's statement has made them more doubtful. If what he says is true, it shows he is spending way beyond his means. His love for luxury cars, designer watches, and gold chains is hurting him the most. Insiders say he spends more money every month than he makes, and this doesn't make sense. On top of that, the big taxes on these purchases only make his money problems worse.
Floyd Mayweather is about to pay $2 billion to purchase a sports team and may never have to pay taxes again. The tax code offers these super wealthy so many methods to erase their income through deductions, and none is better than purchasing a sports team. Buying a sports team is like buying a unicorn real estate property. The value is always going to go up, the owner is going to make money, but on their tax return, they're going to use a strategy to report that they're losing money. See, the owner is actually allowed to write off the entire cost of the sports team against future income. This will allow Floyd to pay less in taxes. It's called amortization, which is very similar to depreciation. But if Floyd ever decides to sell the team, then the taxes will be owed. Who cares then? Because the taxes he was supposed to pay during those years, he's going to take that money, reinvest it for personal profit. See you, Floyd. Hit your boy up if you need help with taxes. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very easy to understand. Give me a follow to stay educated.
Nothing shows Floyd Mayweather's love for showy things more than his recent trip to Mexico in an armored tank. While most people choose luxury cars or private jets, Floyd went for something extreme. It wasn't about being practical, but about getting attention. These flashy acts might make him popular online, but they also show he is out of touch with his real financial situation.
That Floyd Mayweather, like...
Well, I don't say kidnap, but you know, you got your passport taken. You can't come and leave when you want to go, but he ain't in jail, so
okay.
He's out at a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it ain't that bad, but we'll see. We're going to watch and see like everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean, when you think of Money Mayweather, you thinking like Floyd may have like $1 billion or something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business, but Floyd's very, very, as we all the world knows, he's money made, very flashy. Look, man, you know, we both made some real money, but you know, you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes.
I
we
see what you're saying.
Say we made $3 million, we burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved
that's
up.
A fact.
So even if he's making $100 million, if he's burning through $5, $6, $7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but you know, me and you, we real. We never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got $10 billion. And I hope he get out of his problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out. Like whatever the tab is, you know, he should be able to wire that.
I think he could do that with no problem. I think he got all the money in the world. I think they may not want it.
Floyd Mayweather's watch collection, worth millions, shows his strong need to show off wealth. Social media is full of pictures of his diamond-covered watches, each more flashy than the one before. While fans might like the luxury, financial experts say it's wasteful because these watches lose value as soon as they are bought, instead of becoming more valuable.
I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. Right here, I got 3 cases, and they're all full with watches. So when I travel, I like to take, you know, if I'm going for 45 days, I like to take 45 watches with me. I like to have options. So everybody's always asking me, what's your favorite watch? Well, one of my favorite watch brands is & Co. As you can see right here, I got this a few months back, and it's one of my favorite watches. One of the best brands in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I like the brand so much, I went and bought another watch just yesterday, & Co. As you can see, & Co. Now, let's talk about watches, let's talk about jewelry, let's talk about a few things. I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. So we'll set this to the side. Now, we want to give the people an appetizer or something light. So we give you 2 appetizers, then we give you a main course. Just a few watches that I got while I travel. So check this out. We're gonna go here first. And of course, the company is & Co. Crazy company. Now, I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come to you guys.
Floyd Mayweather's business reputation is as shaky as his spending habits. He often focuses on making quick money instead of doing things the right way, which has led him into problems like shady crypto deals and failed projects. His business choices seem impulsive and lack proper planning, honesty, and structure. As people doubt his money skills more, there is growing worry that his business empire might fall apart if Floyd doesn't change how he handles things soon. He won't just be remembered as a great boxer, but as a billionaire who lost everything.
Yeah. I think it was like a $5 or $8 million 5-fight deal or something like that. You have to check the numbers, but he turned that down to start his own promotion. And when he was with HBO, he worked out that deal to do the 24/7 when you can see the behind the scenes. That was right around the time when reality TV was getting big. So you didn't have social media then. People began to build and know Floyd off of the 24/7. I can tell you right now, my wife even became a boxing fan from watching the 24/7s. So the timing of him becoming his own boss, which you're gonna make the majority.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.